everybody, welcome back. This song, just listen to it for a moment if you haven't heard it. Think about that. We don't have to fight the battles. It's already been won. He fought the battles for us. He went to the cross. That's the power of the cross. That's the power that he gave us. Remember, he said we will go out and do great things in his name. We will go out and cast out demons. We will go out and heal the sick. Make people see. Not necessarily blind people, but if you're walking in sin and you're walking in the devil's path, then truly you're blind. See, we got to think about miracles. We got to think about we can't think of our thoughts. Lean not on our understanding, but his understanding. His understanding is totally different. Like his timing is totally different. Making someone that's blind to see, I'm sure we can even do that with the faith. But how awesome is it that we can make people that don't believe become believers? It's happening. It's happening all over. But the amazing thing of it is you look at where we are in life. And I know the last few videos I've been saying this, but man, it's been like hitting me more and more. The dreams and the visions and stuff. I mean, just like yesterday, it was like this gust of wind came out of nowhere, and the guy behind me felt it. He couldn't see what I was seeing, but he felt it. He heard the noises. You're spiritual blind, people. The devil doesn't want you to see the amazing things. Now, don't get it wrong. You could say, well, Nelson, I follow God, I follow Jesus, and I'm doing everything I can. And, I might slip up here and there. Yeah, the idea is that we shouldn't slip up. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I do it, and I shouldn't do it. But you see, there's no fellowship. You see, Lucifer's breaking this fellowship up. He's destroying fellowship. Because he doesn't want believers and believers together. You think about the times that comes when Jesus comes and he raises them up in the cloud. See, there's a coming, and then there's this second coming of him. Second coming of him, we will be lowered down to the earth. Whoever's there in the kingdom. The dead shall walk. You should walk among the dead if you're left here. Well, what's the dead? Not so much grave and zombies coming at you. Look at all around you. There's walking dead everywhere we look. They're foolish. They're foolish in thoughts. Their beliefs. It's like, think about it. It's like the three little pigs. One built the house out of, straw and sticks, and then the other one out of brick, and then he huffed and puffed and puffed and puffed and couldn't get in. Yeah, he couldn't get in because the third little piggy, maybe he was watching what's going on and going, yeah, no, I'm going to do some labor instead of playing around and waiting to the last moment. You look at squirrels. Squirrels are interesting creatures. They're out all the time. You see them through spring and fall, gathering nuts. Gathering nuts. Gathering nuggets. As we should be doing.
Speed warning.
But you gotta look at it this way. Where do we sit with God? The amazing part of it is, I don't want to sit in the back. I want to sit in the front. I want full attention because I'm one of them people that I got to sit close. It is funny because when I first went into churches, I wanted to sit in the back because I was embarrassed. I really was. I was embarrassed to walk into church. Not by me, but by what was put into me from the churches. I wasn't good enough. I'm not good enough to go to the front. See how Lucifer makes you feel like you're not good enough. You're never going to be worthy. You're never going to be important. He used that against me many times. Did they not just say this? But to me, I care for you. I love you. No, you love to destroy me. You didn't lie. I mean, he is a liar, but you don't think to ask questions. Well, what kind of love is this? I went to a place fully demonic, and they showed me love. They showed me they gave me what nobody else was willing to do. Well, what's love? When you take care of somebody, you help them, you care for them, you're happy to be around them. I grew happy to be around these people. They were my family. And today I see wicked all through my family. Wicked. And it reminds me of where I came from. It reminds me of who I was. The cross that I wear. I know some people, they don't like crosses. They like them certain ways. I look at it as whatever you see. You know, you can't come against Christmas. Because, like we've said, without the birth, we have no resurrection. Without the birth and the resurrection, we have no choice. We have no chance. We have no opinions. Because it's all dead work. Because it's useless. If you do everything and do it for yourself and no love, how do you know the difference? I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked what the difference is. The difference is this. The difference is you don't self-seek. You're not, love is when you do it because you get excited to do it. Like when you go out and purchase something for somebody. You're excited. You care, you put thought into it. Just get them a gift card. You ever watch the movie The Scrooge? Towel, toaster, whatever he said. I can't really remember that one too much. You think I would.
First exit on the right.
It's many times I've watched it. But you think about it. See, even there, the things that you were excited, I watched over and over and over, that stuff starts to leave your mind. Because as you allow the Lord to mold and sculpt you, the things of the world doesn't really mean that much anymore. People send you messages, hey, what happened in this movie? Because they're playing trivia or something. I don't recall, to be honest. It's been so long. You don't remember? No. If I was your lifeline, sorry. It's like, I'm glad. And then for a split moment going, oh, maybe I should start watching these movies and getting back into the trivia, and because you want someone to recognize you. You get happy about it. You get so ambitious, like you just want someone to notice you and not Jesus. There's a difference. When you do stuff out of love, you don't care if man's seeking you. You don't care what people are saying about you. You care about what Jesus is saying about you. You care because your prayer time, I'm telling you, so many of you, your prayer time sucks. And it really does, because you're not giving the opportunity. You're doing the check mark. Throw that check mark tablet away and let Jesus lead you. Stop watching the clock. If you got to get up early, then get up early. If you got to go to bed early and get up early, do it at the end of the night. But do it, people. And you're going to see your life changing around. You're going to see a lot of changing in your life. I'm telling you, you will. But you got to give him the manual. You got to give God back the pen. We don't have, I know a lot of people are saying this, and, Darlene's been speaking about people on there, what they're saying, I also hear a lot of things, but I'm not sure on it yet. But like I told a guy a couple days ago, he said he's been wanting to do YouTube videos, and hopefully for the right reasons. I mean, test the spirit, test the fruits. Hopefully it's for the right reasons. I remember a lady on here said a long time ago to me is like a week ago, because I do good to remember yesterday sometimes. And I used to have a very sharp mind. I mean, seriously, I could remember. I still have a good memory. I still can remember things that people have done or said, or the actions, or how it took place. But a lot of stuff, I just don't care anymore. It's like, it's not important to me. Names, not so good. I've never been good at remembering people's names. Birthdays, even my own kids, I gotta ask. I know the year, I mean the months. Some of them I know because it's crazy, because it's in certain months that events take place. That's why I remember it. It shouldn't be that way, but I tried connecting their birthdays with something, but it's crazy, But you have to look at it as, where are we in this journey? If he came right now, and he's standing in the cloud, would he call your name? Could you say 100% everything in your life right now he would be pleased with and call you? Well, as I've been doing this examining, and as I've been doing the Lord, please examine me, I don't know. Because sometimes I have thoughts that I believe that is pulling me back from him. And I don't like that. I don't like it at all. And I lay it at his feet. I truly do. Some things you go through in life and it's hurtful, and it continues to be hurtful. Some things you just overlook, and he takes it from you. I believe sometimes when we go through pain and we go through these attacks, as we call them, I believe we have to make us stronger, to make us some people, man, whew. Fire and security. He must be on fire himself, because the way he was riding up on me like that, it's crazy. See, it's like this. The speed limit, what does limit mean? 65 miles an hour. Somewhere in the line, we came up with, well, cops will give you a 5 miles over. But if you actually read the laws on it, 1 mile over, and this is where people get mad. Well, I thought I was allowed 5 miles over. No, what's the speed limit? 65. I thought I was allowed to go 70. Well, if it's 70, we're allowed to go 75. If it's 80, we're allowed to go 85. If it's 90, we're allowed to go 120. 120? That's more than 5. Well, I made up my own rules. The world does it. I'm part of the world. I get what I want. Not, I'm going to protest. I'm going to riot. I'm going to blow up stuff. I'm going to tear up stuff. I'm going to loot stuff. Because that's my rights. I'm allowed to. How many of you would follow me if I was saying all these things and truly believed it? If you would say, oh, I would still follow you, I would recommend you go check your meter with Jesus today. Is your meter full? Or is it empty? Or are we chasing a dream? Or is this a dream? Is this just one big someone's dream that we live every day and it means nothing? One day the person's going to stop dreaming and we fade away. What do you think? Could be. People believe it. I know a person that actually believed it. I remember when the Truman Show came out. He says, why could that not be real? Well, it could. I'm not saying it can't. They definitely control us enough. They're definitely shutting us down. People, they are shutting us down. Whether you see it or not, whether you believe it or not, they are truly locking us down. They're getting ready to lock us down. It's not going to be good. People are already taking chips and stuff in their hands. Well, we just scan it. We scan it. I got the mail. Somebody, first of all, the intelligence of some people, it amazes me. You look at your spyware stuff that you get on your phone that cleans out viruses and all this crap, okay? I shouldn't say spyware because it's not necessarily that, but the virus attack crap, the shield things and all that. Do you realize it is the companies that are putting that stuff into your phone so you purchase their protection? Serious. They attach stuff to certain videos or whatever you're linking on. Smartphones these days, you ever notice you're talking about something and then seconds later you open your phone and there's an advertisement for it. I was talking about truck driving yesterday and I had 6 companies things pop up on my phone. Then I got emails. Then I got phone calls from them. Welcome back. Welcome back. I never worked for you. What do you mean, welcome back? Sometimes you go, and what I mean by my thoughts, when things don't going right, instead of praising God, we go into the I'll fix it. Maybe I'll go back in the truck and maybe this isn't such a great idea. And this was yesterday morning. I was sitting there thinking about this going, this is nuts. This is crazy all the way around. I don't know. But I do know this. I repent, ask for forgiveness, and ask the Lord to lead me. More and more each day. Otherwise, I'm going to be living in a cave and trapping animals like a caveman. Who wants to be a caveman today? Me. But all in all, people, You know, I don't know. It doesn't have to be like this. You know, we look out at the world. You ever think about, I guess the better way to put this, from what I was just getting ready to say, and I'm thinking, Lord, give me a better way to say it. And this is what he just gave me. So I praise you, Lord, and thank you for this knowledge, to be able to explain something way better than what I could. Someone's hurt you by actions, or, you know, or you're the type that buys a gift because you expect a gift, or you buy a gift that maybe was cost a little bit more expensive than what you received and you're mad, then why give a gift? If you give a gift expecting a gift, then it's wrong. It's not love. You give a gift and you expect something better than what you gave, that's not such a great way to give a gift. So we're hurt, right? You get hurt by things. You get hurt by what people say. And we take it, we hold a grudge. We're not supposed to, but we do. You wait on them. They might not even know they offended you. Now they're offended because you're not talking to them. Or it's a one-way street friendship. That person's always got to get a hold of you, but you never reply back to them, or you never take the effort to say, hey, thinking about you, how you doing? How's everything doing? Is there anything I can pray for you for? Or anything like that. But no, we're offended. Or we're not getting on, or how dare them? I haven't heard from them in a long time. Well, when was the last time you sent them a message? I haven't. You don't have to say another word. Where I'm going with this is this. You ever look up? Look up. Look right behind me. Look up at them clouds. See them? Beautiful, aren't they? Beautiful. I see why Jesus tells us to look upwards. Because it's beauty. I can see the top of the trees. I can see the clouds. Beautiful clouds today. I love clouds. Always have. I know it's crazy. It seems like every video you get a little different part of me. But I have. I truly loved clouds as a child. Sometimes I would vision that I could walk across clouds, jump, and play. That nobody could hurt me there. And then I remember watching Empire Strikes Back when they made Cloud City. Up in the clouds. I was like, yeah, I'd love to live there. I think back of the Jetsons. I'm going somewhere with this. Hold on. I think back at the Jetsons. You know, I think back, if you go all the way back, I think it was Romper Room it was on. Because I don't remember it being like a cartoon by itself. I think it was on Romper Room. Simon. I Know My Name Is Simon. That song would come on. The things I love and draw came true. Or the things I draw come true. Might not even been love. The things I draw came true. And it was all chalk figure land and all this stuff. And it was like so cool. It was stupid but cool. You know, and you think about how offended we get. Someone, you ever think about even your kids when they drawed you a picture and you just kind of looked at it and tossed it back on the table, or you tossed it on the counter and never really looked at it, and your child or your grandchild has put a lot of work into that, and you glance at it and thinking, man, it's not even in the lines. You start criticizing them, and that's what it is. You know, you didn't color inside the lines. You should have done this. Take your time. How old are they? I mean, are they 4 or 5 years old? I mean, come on. They're gonna get it. I mean, you could sit down. When was the last time you sat down and colored with them and never said nothing but let them watch you? Because children watch you. They're sponges. When was the last time you did that? Instead, what do you think a kid's going to do? They're going to give up because they're going to feel like nothing's ever good enough. And Lucifer just sits back on his chair going, I don't have to do anything today. I don't even got to put temptations in their life. It's too easy. They're fools. You ignorant fools. But I love it. Continue on. Isn't that something? Continue on. Continue on. Looking at the world. Because the world is ugly. The world is full of hate. The world is disgusting. The Lord showed me once an apple. Nice, shiny apple. And I'm not a big apple fan. I used to like caramel apples because of the caramel. Let's face it. It's the truth. And then when we were able to get some with the nuts sprinkled on it, that was even better. You know, those are the days that you feel like, man, this is a good day. I must have been really good. But the Lord showed me that apple when it broke open. He said, take a big old bite of it. Bugs and everything else is falling out of it. This slimy black muck. Stunk so bad. And I was like, oh, gross. He says, that is what my Father sees that man has done to our creation. Wow. So I think about that apple, and I think about not complaining. I think about not throwing papers out the window. I think about when I'm walking around places as I used to not so much in the truck stops. I stopped doing that because, oh gosh, people. I see people that walk across those things in flip-flops. Some people barefoot when they're getting out of their cars. The travelers, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, if you only know. If you only, well, not so much on the car side, but no way. I mean, I almost want to put shoe covers on my shoes to walk across some of these parking lots. Disgusting. But I think about that stuff. I think about what God is upset with. Or maybe he's sad. Can't say that God doesn't have emotions. Maybe he does. Jesus cried. Jesus wept. If he's the image of our Father, he was made like our Father. The Father poured his Spirit into him. He had to be able to feel something because he turns his back against sin. Not that he doesn't want to see sin or he can't see sin. He chooses not to see it. He doesn't want to see it. He's seen enough of it. But he holds to his promises that he would never flood this world again. Would you be willing to build an ark if he told you? Or would you complain about it? These days, technology is a lot different. You know, we got cranes, we got everything else. Look at Noah. I'm sure he probably used the elephants. I bet you in giraffes or something. Can you imagine when it was time to get in the ark? They probably ran to that ark. But like, man, I ain't staying here. I labored hard. How many of you work hard every day? Exhausted. Yeah, we leave every day. We go to work. It's hard work. Some of it's like manual labor. Some of it's brain labor. Stress. People don't get along. Then you got the ones that stay at home. First of all, God bless you. That God's blessing you that you can do this in today's times. God bless you that you didn't overpower your finances. God bless you that God just blesses you that your finances are taken care of, that he's meeting your needs. How awesome. How awesome is that? So then you go to this. You go to, here I am. The roles gets reversed sometimes. And I've had it. I've been home with children, 5 of them. Cleaning, doing laundry, cooking. But you know, it wasn't a chore to me. I wasn't frustrated. I enjoyed it. But the crazy part of it is, I learned respect of how much work it takes. You ever go up to, say, a friend of yours, and they're married, have children or whatever, and you want to know something, don't go to the man, go to the wife. Unless she's totally into the work field, and I don't know, you might become the same way. You juggle your schedules around daycare, you juggle your schedules around who's going to be home, what time is the other one going to get home, who's going to be there for the children, do we need to get somebody there for the children until they get old enough? When they get old enough, that child becomes you. And it happens overnight, you don't even realize it. You don't realize how much stress you put on your child. Before you know it, they're making dinner, they're tucking the kids in bed, they're making sure they're bathed. I mean, it's not their responsibility. I mean, it's good teaching. It helps out them when they get older. But hopefully it doesn't fall into the same category. It's amazing how people say they raised their kids and somebody else did it. Pretty stupid, if you ask me. It's a sad world. So we don't look at God to see how disappointed he is, or how upset he is, or how we have hurt him. We're worried about number one, me. As Toby Keith would say, you. And it's true. It's all about us. I don't care about nothing else. And I know some of you may say, Nelson, that's not true. I care about a lot of things. But category, where's God and all that? Where's Jesus? Where's your walk? Repentance. You know, you start listening to stuff, and this video to me is kind of like, it's kind of deep in a way. You know, it hits you in every emotion that you can. I know it is me right now. And people, I go back and listen to some of these, like I'll listen to this one again, because again, it's a spirit that just takes over. And I'm glad, because he says I don't need to always know the words to say. I just got to be ready, and he will give me the words. Why sometimes I pause, because I'm listening. Sometimes it comes very fast, and I got to listen and speak very fast and give it to you, because I want you to be able to hear what I hear, because it does no good. It does no good if you can't go out and do. We need to be on fire right now. We don't need to be. Somebody may never see these videos, but I guarantee it, unless they come in there and burn every Bible, burn everybody's notes, somebody may fall upon my notes and read them one day. Man, I wish I would have knew this then. many times I said that? One too many times, people. One too many times. It's a sign with Jesus on the cross. Live for me, I died for you. The back of this building, antique place. Isn't that the truth? I want to live for him every day. I don't want his death to be not worth something. I don't want all his blood that he shed, that one drop that he had for me, to go to waste. I want it to be a purpose. I want it to mean something. I'm tired of just walking a walk and thinking, yeah, I got this. Tired of working for people that don't care. Don't care about nothing but themselves. That's why I pay you. Well, I get it. But I've also been a business person, so there's a right way and a wrong way. You have to be established before you do those type of attitudes. Not even that's acceptable, but that's why your business doesn't grow. Because you're too busy reaping, spending, and you're going nowhere fast. So, pretty amazing life in general. You know, I never did finish that one part that I was talking. Maybe I did, but I'm going to say it again because it just came to me. So I'm not for sure, but I'm going to cover it just in case. I remember the lady that said something back. You know, I want you to have subscribers, but I hope it always stays the family we are now. And I agree. And I still agree. Because sometimes I'd watch people's videos, right? And I'd watch their videos and going, and it's not that I'm judging, maybe a little, I guess. I shouldn't say that I'm not judging, but all I'm saying is it's not really so much for me. I didn't really care for it. It's not something that I would watch. But you look at how many views, and I sit there and I go, wow. And I'm talking, the title's what caught my attention. And I'm like, man, this is horrible. It has really nothing to do with what they said. And you're disappointed. And that alone turns me away from the people. See, the difference is I name everything that has to do with what the Lord tells me to name it. So I don't really care how it goes, where it goes. But I do care that the message is exactly what Jesus wants. When he gives me the title, that's exactly what I put on there. That's exactly what I put. And so I know I've spoke this on other videos, but I truly just want you to know that's the truth. It truly is. So it doesn't matter. I'm not one of these people that's going to put a fake title and it means absolutely nothing. I want it to mean and be important. I want everything to be food for thought. I want you to be able to go into the Bible and look for, to read it, Search it. I want you to have a prosperous life. I want you to receive what God has given to myself. And look, people, I came out of some wicked places. And look what he's given me. You know, I've said it.
In 4.3 miles, keep left onto I-80.
I go home every night, and it's not about the house. It's about something I thought I would never have. I never felt worthy enough to have it. See, getting this house, I prayed not for myself, but I prayed for Darlene because she really liked the house. I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's comfort. It's peace. It's joy. It's exactly almost to the T what we wanted. What her dreams was, my dreams was. Our true dreams, and it's funny how much alike we are in a lot of things. I remember when we started talking about homes and stuff, and we both started talking about log cabins. That's my dream home. It truly is. Nice big log cabin, woods, nice big old pond in the front with a bridge, gazebo like on a little island in the middle. I'd give it all for that. Be out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I'm not talking about like give up my salvation and everything. Don't get me wrong, the devil ain't that. He's not that convincing. I would never give that up. I would live in a little shed down by the river before I gave all that up. I've been there, done that. No, thank you. What awaits you in there? You couldn't even give me bars of gold in the garage and give me every wealth, every car, and I got some high tasting cars that I like. You know, good example. Even if I had a 12-car garage and I could fill it up with every car, think about it. How many of you can sit there and go, man, I would love to have this car? Like, think, 12 cars. I can give you a few cars right now that some of you might agree on going, yeah, wow. Yeah, I can see why you would want that car. Okay, here's the first one. A Yugo. I know some of you might have to actually Google a Yugo. But think about it. How awesome is that? A Chevelle. Who don't like them? A clown car. Because you can fit a lot of people in a clown car. As you can see, I'm joking. But no, I could go right down the list. First one, 69 Charger. Some of it was Challenger parts, some of it was Charger, but either way, it's a Charger, and I love that car. I love it. The Trans Am, not so much the newer ones, but I like the Michael Knight kit car version and Smokey the Bandit. Somebody told me, and I don't know how true it is, I never looked it up, but somebody told me that actually there were scenes in Smokey and the Bandit that it wasn't actually a Trans Am. It was a Firebird with a Trans Am hood and stuff on it. Well, it makes perfect sense because Trans Am has an eagle. Firebird, some Firebirds had eagles on them. It is Pontiac, same car, just a little different here and there. Could be true. I don't know.
Keep left onto I-80.
The next one would be a Hummer. Hummer 1, the original Hummers, and the H2s. I'm not a big fan of the H3. But you think about just cars in general. What would you put in there? But would it be worth what's coming if you went to hell? That's why I said, no. You could. Lucifer can line up that garage with everything he wanted. He could make that cabin exactly everything I would want. And I'd turn around and walk away. No way. Maybe one day, if we're here long enough, maybe I will have it. Maybe not all them cars. Maybe they're not good for me. Maybe it becomes an idol. I don't know. But I'm happy. Got a nice house, got a garage. Could be a little bit bigger. I mean, you see the bucket one. I'm still trying to get stuff put away, and we've been there actually a year now. Going on a year. June. Or July. I don't know. But it's going on a year. Look how fast. It seems like it kind of seemed like we've been there forever, but it also seemed like we just moved in. But driving truck and everything else, I get it cleaned up somewhat, and then I start looking for stuff, and it gets a mess. Eventually, I'd like to get me one of them, like what I had before, one of the big toolboxes, and do away with that dresser back there, and build me a Pinocchio puppet, and wait for him to come alive and say he is a real boy.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
You gotta have laughter, people. I know life is serious, and I know our salvation is serious,
Speed warning.
but I never wanted to do something that is just pounding. You can't do it this way. It doesn't have to be like that. We can have fun. We can examine ourselves and have Lord examine. We can examine each other. More than welcome for anybody. If you see something that, hey Nelson, maybe not so much this or that, doesn't mean I'm going to agree with you, but you may be right. But if it's done out of love and it's done out of care, some people are just vicious and they're going to attack you no matter what. So I would say, first of all, know the people that's giving you advice. And I don't know a lot of you. I don't even know what some of you even look like. You could walk past me 100 times and think about the greatness of that. You can examine me, but I wouldn't be able to go and look at the fruits of you because I wouldn't know you. But if I seen you, if I do have a picture, if I seen a picture of you, and I've seen what you were doing compared to what you tell me, now you can be examined. But here's the thing. God knows us. He has the pictures of us. He knows what we look like. You can't escape God. Remember that. You can't escape Lucifer because you open the doors. You open the doors. You refused to follow God's plan, His manual. We get frustrated, we YouTube everything, or we go online for everything.
Speed warning.
But where does that get us? Because we're not holding the book in our hand.
Speed warning.
Now, I'm not saying it's wrong to have an app. I'm not saying it's wrong to have an audio. At least you're getting something. But to me, it's not the same as like holding His Word and looking at it. Because I can understand it by looking at it and staring at it and looking at it and holding it. There's peace in it. Because I'm a part of it. I didn't just wake up and go, here you go, Lord. I don't want to be crucified to the cross with you, but just pour out the rewards. I don't want to do no work. Well, that's crazy. That's like crazy talk. It's like beyond crazy talk. So, I don't know. What's your thoughts on it? Only you can really examine yourself. Well, anyways, I hope you all, again, whenever you see this video, that God is blessing you. I hope that you're allowing yourself to be examined. I hope you're examining yourself. I pray this in the Lord Jesus Christ's name. I pray the blood over you. I pray for protection, favor, His mercy, His grace, for your eyes to be open and not deceived by the enemy. I pray that anybody in your lives that is no good, I pray that God separates it. And I pray for a godly mentor to be put into your lives. And I pray that you have, if you're seeking a spouse, that it is of God's ways of spouse, and it is a godly spouse into your lives. I pray for financial blessings for you. I pray for things that if you're still trying to sell, that sells. I pray for healing and good health over you and your family. If you don't have a family, you got a dog. Over your dog, and your dog remains healthy, so there's no hardship. But just remember, it is an animal, like all things. Even we are a person. Eventually, our timeline runs out. But do not cry. Rejoice. Celebrate. Celebrate, especially if they're going home. Be in sorrow, because it is time to cry, time to weep, because you've tried and tried and tried to bring them out. And if they pass in the devil's realm, well, that's where they're going. Well, I know my family members in heaven looking down on me. Really? Did they read? Did you take the time to get them out of that lifestyle? Did you try? Did you keep on trying? Maybe they didn't want to talk to you anymore because there's a way of proving is living for Jesus. That's how we prove Jesus exists. If you never change to the sinner's world, then today's the day that changed so they see Jesus, which leads you to God. I pray that you find your time in His time. That you start examining your time and how much time that you waste doing everything else, and claim that you don't have enough time for Him to read or to come to prayer. I pray that your eyes are open and your hearing is supernatural in heaven, so you can see and hear and take time for the Lord to speak. I pray that we will one day walk and talk in the kingdom of God. Have a God day. May Jesus keep you safe, and may you all be full of love. If anything, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your thoughts. And I appreciate you giving me time to reply. And I am doing my best. I truly am. Sometimes I do reply to you, you just don't realize it because I put them in these videos. Think about it. Because I'm thinking about you. And I want you to know you're important. You're somebody. God gave you a birthday for a reason. Because today was the day, or that day was the day that you was brought to this earth for a purpose, plan, and reason. And I say today because somebody may be watching this video today, or it might not come on until tomorrow, or they might not see it till a week from now, or a month from now. And it may just be their birthday. Well, if it is, happy birthday. God bless you. And I'm glad that God created you. When the world tells you no, God tells you yes, because He doesn't make a mistake. And I am happy that you're a part of this family. We may not always get along, but we do come to each other's back. And we do. And I just want to shout out this. Thank you for the ones that have been going on here and answering comments. Amber, you're one of them that just comes right to the top of my head, and I know there's others, but really, truly, I thank you. I really do. Luke, Philippians, some of you may know him as, awesome, man. I missed your comments on there. I know you're going through a lot too with your wrist and your hands and stuff. And I've been praying and praying and praying. And I pray over your fur babies. I pray that they're doing good. Brandon, keep running them miles, buddy. Walking. My brother. Every time I think of you, that's all I come up with. My brother. You bring a smile to my face, man. You really do. Godspeed to you, man. I pray that the devil doesn't tempt you. And I told you, when he tempts you, you put that temptation in the middle of that fire. And you won't want to go get it, I guarantee. Because the closer you get, it's going to remind you of hell. Anybody else, there's the same thing I'm going to give you. You are tempted by the devil, you build a bonfire and you put that temptation, that drug, that alcohol, that porn, whatever it is, you put it right out there in the middle of that fire, and you go straight out there and you try to walk through that fire to get it. You ain't gonna do it. If you're not gonna do it then, why are you doing it now? Because that's where you're going with it. To hell. Think about it. The only difference is you're gonna live it there. You're gonna be burnt. You're gonna be miserable. But anyways, I could do a whole nother teaching just on that one. God bless you guys. I love you. And I appreciate you. And I'm so thankful that you're here today. And I'm so happy that we're moving along on this roller coaster. But I have another stop off coming up with this roller coaster. And I can't wait till we get there. And I'm curious to see people's thoughts on that one. But either way, let this day be a God day. Let you be full of Him. Let you live for Him. And let you show Him today. Do something nice. Hold a door. I know most of them's electrical doors these days, automatic. If you see someone that has kids, walk over, ask them if they need help. Take the cart back for them. And if they say, no, we got to say, okay, well, I'll wait till you get your groceries and your kids in the car and I'll take your cart back so you don't got to walk away from your kids. Do something. There's always something we can do. Always something. Let's do it. Let's not be afraid of what the world can do to us. They can't do nothing but send us to heaven. Remember that one. Until the next one, people, I love ya. See ya.